You had a little Vegas trip. What's been going on with the DJ group? Any new updates from the last time that people checked with you?
Yeah, we actually have a lot going on. We spent some time in LA about maybe 3 weeks ago. We were working with Pharrell and as the Neptunes for the first time in a long time, which was great. So in that capacity, we were working with Empire of the Sun and Robin Thicke, and also Earl Sweatshirt from Odd Future, which Earl is awesome. He is just a really cool kid, and I've been really happy that we've been able to have the chance to work with him. I think he has like a lot going for him. And Christian Rich, who are friends, they're like family with Pharrell and the whole crew. They've been a big help with everything as well. So we've been in the studio with them. As far as Missile Command, which is Chad and myself, we are actually finally working on our debut single, and we've been kind of figuring out the best approach to put that out. And so we have the music. We're just figuring out the proper channel to distribute it. But it's gonna be cool. Definitely gonna be cool, and I'm really excited about that. So we did LA. We're probably gonna be back in the studio with Pharrell next week in Miami, and then we're planning a few touring options right now. Hopefully, we will be in Bali in August, and then some other stuff in Europe a little bit further down the line. So yeah, it's been good.
Wow. So with Missile Command with this album, is it gonna be like a compilation of mixes? Or are you gonna get artists to jump on to?
That's it's gonna be original material and with some features. And so that's kind of what we're deciding, who we want to have placed on it and what makes the most sense for us. But I think we're going to focus on, instead of doing production for other people, do things where they can be featured on our work, so we can kind of build it up a little bit. Because it's a new project. I mean, people know who the Neptunes are, people know who NERD is, but this is a new project, so people want to know exactly what it is that we're doing.
Okay, so are both of you kind of going to be hand in hand on the production of this new?
Well, Chad is way more advanced than I am on that, so he's definitely holding it down more in the production end, and I've been writing along with him.
Wow.
So we've been doing writing together. And then at that point, then we go over the arrangement together and see what works the best.
Alright, cool. I know you went overseas for a while. Tell me about that experience. How was that experience?
That was really great, and we had the chance to work with people who have kind of been involved in everything for a while. And reconnect with some faces that have been helping out NERD and the Neptunes along the way. So that was really cool. We did Paris twice, London, and Lisbon, and hopefully we'll be able to hit some of those places in the fall as well. But I think once we actually have that material out there, the Missile Command records, it'll probably kind of change the scope of what we're able to do. So,
how is going overseas? How's that changed you, and is there a different response? I know you DJ a lot in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a different response to the music when you go overseas? Like, do you feel like there's kind of like, they may respond to it more,
Yeah, definitely. People kind of psych me out a little bit about it. Like, people know their music in Europe, and you can't get over them. You can't do the same things. And it's kind of overthinking it. a little bit too much. I felt like, at least in the places that we were at, people were generally just a little bit more open. It's not like they were like, why are you playing this song? We're so smart, we don't like it. It wasn't like that. It was just like, especially Lisbon, it was just like, we're ready to party and just throw down some great songs. It was really cool. And it was kind of liberating as a performer. And to be honest, it kind of sucked to come home and not have that same environment. But it was really cool.
So you do notice a difference, kind of like when you play in the States. Not saying it better to worse, but you do see a difference in because it's like very it's like a lot of times they publicize how overseas they just really enjoy the music a different way, and almost like show a love for the music that it's just different, and it's just more.
They're a little more educated, I guess. And they also expect you to play for longer. Like a featured DJ or a featured act can do an hour and a half in the States, and people are like, cool, but in Europe they might be like, well, I'd really like you to play for like 3 hours. So it's a little bit different. But it really, just as it does in the States, it depends on the venue, it depends on how it's promoted, it depends on the crowd. Like our first stop in Paris, they were Neptune's fans. Like they were like, we want to hear Neptune songs. It was, all I remember is just looking up and seeing just a wall of Star Trek fans. It was like, for 40 minutes straight, it was just people like, and that was cool. That was really cool, but at the same time, it's not about just resting on what happened in the past. It's also about moving it forward. So that was cool, but you don't want to do that all night. You don't want to just play old, amazing, classic, timeless songs, but you also want to introduce some new stuff as well. So we want to kind of touch upon where it's been, but bring it into the future a little bit.
And back to this album, what would you say is the concept behind it? I mean,
well, right now we're just working on a single, so we don't have a full album just yet. But if I had to say there was a concept, and it's not an evolved concept, it's just feeling good, having fun.
So a lot of party music.
Yeah, not in an unintelligent way, not in a way that would insult our listeners, but just feeling good. And I know that that's really important to Chad, who, as my partner. He has kids, and he wants to create something that can be enjoyed by them as a younger generation, and totally not in a corny way, like not like in a selling out kind of way, but just in a way that's more like a universal feeling good, but still have that spacey, synthy, funky kind of aspect of it that people would probably expect to a degree.
Okay. Any chance that you as a group will produce for others, like produce for other people's albums? Like,
oh, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned some of the artists that we're working with, and if we choose to kind of go in that direction, that's an option as well. Obviously, we're trying to build up what we're doing at the same time, but whatever makes the most sense is a fit. So if we say, well, this might work better for someone else, maybe we won't hold on so tight to it. And then another cool thing, and I'm interested in seeing where this goes, but we've been working with DJ Kubert, who is, in terms of scratching, as a scratching DJ, he is the most amazing, the best. Like, there's without a doubt, he is the best in the world. And it's been really cool to just be around him and see how he works. But as a scratching DJ, there's no one even close. It's like you can't even make the Michael Jordan to the rest of the NBA kind of comparison because he's just in a totally different universe. So to be able to work with some of these people and have these relationships is honestly very humbling and really just surprised. But it's great. I enjoy it.
Cool. Any last words, like give people like your Twitters, your Tumblrs, everything, so that they can stay connected.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the movement.
So the website is missilecommand.com, but it's no vowels, MSSLCMMND.com. My Twitter is Daniel Biltmore with an E at the end of it, and Chad is Chad Hugo, pretty simple. You can find all that on the website as well. So we have everything kind of listed, our contact, blah, blah, blah. MissileCommand.com be the best point of contact. And we put all our shows on there, any projects that we're working on. It's all in one place.
Cool. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for